Look, everyone in fundraising hits the wall at some point. You pour your heart, your time, your connections into a cause, convinced you're about to make a dent, and then silence. People don't show up. They don't give. They say they care, but when it comes down to dollars and cents, they freeze. It's fucking frustrating. You grind through story after story, data after pitch, and still nothing. The usual tricks? They're dead. Telling people how bad things are, flashing stats, promising impact. It's all noise, background static. They've heard it 100 times, felt nothing. Here's the brutal truth. Emotion doesn't stick in today's world. Not through words, not through images on a screen. Because screen time, attention spans, those are weapons against us. People see one tragedy, scroll past 10 more, numb, then gone. You're screaming into the void. So how do you break through when silence is what funds your next failure? You stop asking people to imagine. You let them feel it. You pull them out of watching and dump them right into the chaos and hope and fear and desperation you want them to solve. Virtual reality isn't just gimmick tech for gamers. It's the last damn bridge between indifference and action. When someone slips on a headset and finds themselves standing in a refugee camp, seeing the dirt underfoot, smelling the dust, hearing the cries, not watching, but being there, that changes everything. It breaks past the wall where words die. Suddenly, empathy isn't a checkbox, it's a gut punch. So here's what top operators who want real results do. They don't settle for the usual video updates or glossy newsletters. They create experiences, brutal, real, unfiltered. They hire creators who understand emotion isn't about pretty pictures, but raw truth. They map out stories that pull people from comfort zones and smack them with reality they can't shrug off. Not just please donate, but this is your responsibility because you were there. The moment empathy becomes physical, support doesn't trickle in. It floods. It becomes obsession. This isn't charity anymore. It's a mission you can't ignore. You want practical moves? First, for every fundraiser, build a VR moment that no corporate webinar could ever create. Don't waste cash on shallow tech. Invest in authentic environments built with people who know how to capture vulnerability and humanity, not just add flashy effects. Second, design your fundraising funnel around that experience. VR isn't a sideshow, it's the front door. Make sure every lead you get goes from passive viewer to active participant in a world they can't turn off in their heads. Third, sell sponsors on the fact that immersive stories turn into real dollars, real commitments. And if they balk, you tell them they're choosing the slow death of traditional marketing. Fourth, train your team to deliver follow-ups grounded in the vulnerability shown inside that virtual world, not just typical thank you emails. Because now, they're working with people who felt it, not just watched it. That changes everything. If fundraising today feels hopeless, it's because it's stuck in old models where words compete with memes and dopamine hits. VR gives you a new weapon. Not for every donor, only the ones who want to act, who want to move. Those people don't give because it's easy. They give because it stings. VR makes it sting so deeply, they become part of the solution instantly. You want to rebuild fundraising? Stop selling stories and start selling realities people can't escape. Build those bridges, connect those dots. Push people to that edge where empathy turns to action. Don't wait for the world to change. Build the tools that make people change themselves. Use virtual reality not as a gimmick, but as an honest chance to break through the noise, the apathy, the I can't attitude. Fundraising should never be about comfort. It should shake foundations. And if you can make someone live that reason to care, you're no longer asking for money. You're demanding justice. This is how you flip frustration into power, silence into thunder, indifference into action. Start there, or stay stuck forever. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and visit the featured link to discover more.